Hello everybody, Lisa here, Interdimensional 5D. If you go to sleep at night and you feel like you've done something, more than likely you have. We consider this that you work for the army of the Lord or you work for the army of the bad guys. Either way, I'm talking to you. I seem to get a lot of press from the bad guys. It's really fun. My theorems are based on Dolores Cannon's work, reading the Bible, and my own personal experiences. I also have studied ancient alien theory for a pretty long time. Now, this is like the third time I'm doing this video because the bad guys like to um, mess with me. The first one I chose to redo just for personal reasons, and the second one evidently was tampered with. And I'm going to say your name, Trent. And then I took my machete and chopped at him. So hopefully this one goes through. So I woke up this morning to the sound of a whetstone on metal, okay? And evidently the golden bugler, as he'd rather be called, or doesn't like to be called, extreme ass among musicians. I hear the other musicians don't like that guy, okay? So, that's your problem, dude. Stay out of my energy. That's all I gotta say. But I wrote some words down because it's funny to me, and Spirit, I do what Spirit asks me to. That's why I'm here out in the wig trying to teach people about the dream time. Some of us work for the army of the Lord, and you're not going to stop it. Super soldiers, they're here, okay? And if you don't like it, mind your own effing business, for Christ's sake. Just because you think you're empowered, you don't know power, Trent. Have some personal responsibility. You think you know power. You're a joke. You're a joke to other musicians. I'm sorry I'm saying that because I really tried to do this without saying names earlier, but the guy has been frickin' attacking me. So, here's what Spirit, I woke up, dream time, this is dream time stuff. The Napoleon Dynamite of the Obscene scene. Victor, yes. Victor yet again. Now, I have to interject here. There are so many people who have played the role of Victor in the dream time, it's not even funny. So when I talk about Victor, I'm not always talking about the Victor. The true Napoleon Dynamite of the Obscene scene. They called the well, they said, she's like Napoleon Dynamite. How could she know so much? I don't know. How do you think she does it? Question marks. At this point, we put question marks around. Today should be a glorious day. Awakening to the sound of a whetstone on steel. Michael, the angel, was sharpening his sword. A sound I haven't heard in a real long time. Victor in the dream time was trying to kill me. If he had succeeded, Michael's sword, very sharp, ever ready, was ready to do its job, smartly, efficient, and bright. I don't have to worry about the baseballer. And the reason why the baseballer comes in, because it was her husband pretending to be Victor. I don't have to worry about the baseballer, as she will be inundated by the government and CDC, as she sexed up Chiba, the contaminant of nasty sexual disease. They will take her baby and extinguish it on the house paid for by the government. But what do you do with a celebrity who fucks everything with a pernicious disease? I don't know. And this is where there's another person has had her confusion spell sent back to her by the well. How much fun. That will be enjoyable to observe. And poor dear Sapphire's losing her grip, as well as the Golden Bugler and Mr. Brusque have teamed up and were properly ripped up for even thinking as if. And that's why they were messing with my video, and I've had to do it over and over again. But you know what, you guys? You're helping me be a better performer, in a way. And Bob and Chiba do the same, as if crime will pay. I can't wait for those guys to go to jail. And they worry about the age of some of these people. You know, they've been doing it for a long time. They need to get put away. So many other musicians hate the Golden Goobler. The Golden Goobler. I think that's what I'm going to call it. It's enjoyable to watch. Some are over a beef and cheese sandwich. I don't know. I call them Pablum buddies. Perhaps they all went to the same daycare and know nothing else. Now, Spirit says to show this, okay? And this probably upsets people. The regular people, you won't get it, but certain people will get it. They say to show this. And it says, then they say, be mindful, you players of a false kingdom. And that's the end of that. Then I was supposed to read 2 Corinthians 1 through 9, which I haven't done it. So if 2 Corinthians 1 through 9 perks your curiosity, go read it today. It's the Lord's Day. It might be a good thing to do. Now, I got some card pulls. We'll do this yet again. I'm getting better at it. So the King of Wands got angry that the machete happened. That's so funny. Now they know the machete has power. This is what I don't get. If you got cut from me doing that in my bedroom, and then you're going to attack me again, I think you're stupid. But hey, free will, right? Anyway, he's like, we're doing something about that. We're doing something about the machete. So they began, and this is like a few times that the Spirit says, take that reverse. They began to move forward, and that movement forward is going to bring them to a place of regret. It's backwards movement, okay? And they have so much anxiety over a partnership, over people becoming friends and maybe lovers. Who knows what will happen? Maybe they'll only be friends. What do you care? But they're anxious about a partnership and unbalanced. They want to unbalance that partnership, and they haven't been able to. This has been going on for almost 3 years, people. This is amazing. It's amazing that there's a clinical definition of insanity. If you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, that's classic insanity. I do believe. Go look it up. Don't listen to me. Anyway, they worked. They immediately went to work. Eight of Pentacles worked. And swiftly got all their wands and, more than 8 people attack. And in the dream time, we're going to attack you in the dream time because we're too much pussies to come out in the real world. And a star, somebody who wants a new beginning, who's holding back cups because they've been effed over in the cup space, man. And I don't blame that person for holding back. I understand completely how that feels. But they want a new beginning. And they want a new beginning with a particular person, very passionate, colorful, who encapsulates the sun. There's a lot of blessings there in this little page of wands or whatever it is. Energetic for its age, happy, basically, even though it gave up everything. So, mind your own business. Stay out of other people's energy. That's what this channel is about. When you go in the dream time, be very mindful of whose energy you play in. And you people who are using Federation space technology for ill-gotten gains just to play with people's lives because you think I'm an it. or you think Sally down the street isn't it, and you think you have more power, you are going to get slammed in the face with real absolute power. And eventually, you're going to be gobsmacked and shut the fuck up. It's coming. And I can't wait. I can't fucking wait for every single person who's been paid to attack me or attack an innocent person, been paid for. You're gonna pay with your effing everything. You're gonna pay. God's gonna make you pay. And some of you are gonna be written out of the book of life. Know this to be true. I've been told that. Now, once again, I got to go through the messages because I think people out there need these. So, when you reach that lotus, when you've seen the lotus come down on your head to about here, that's where you get crown downloads. And this lotus, I have it says a lotus bomb. It is a weapon, okay? You can aim it at people and it does stuff, okay? Your lotus is more than just a receiver of information. It's a weapon as well. And if you don't know how to use it, ask the angels, okay? So I feel like this was pertaining to a divine feminine. You're in the process of a free fall, okay? You have to let go of the reins. God is telling you to soldier on. Soldier on, and you're surrounded by tree people. So it's somebody who talks to nature like I do. And then don't forget rainbow energy. Okay? Free fall, and I'm going to read you Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Through rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame scorch you. Okay? So that's God saying, you won't, maybe you don't want to do this, but I'll be with you. Okay? Sometimes we are forced to do things we don't want to do. God pulls the rug out of our lives just to change things because we were in a bad situation. And some of us are willing to go through bad situations for our children because it just seems easier. Or you loved that person, you made that commitment, but they didn't make the commitment same to you. God says that's enough, okay? In July of this year, which we're almost to the end of the year, people were watching a certain ilk of people who were going to put attachments on a different group of people. And somebody from the army of the Lord read Psalms 91 at that time, and people watched as attachments were not allowed to be placed. And I'm going to read Psalm 91. It's Sunday, and it doesn't hurt to say this prayer all the time, especially if you're in need and need help. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and deadly pestilence. He will cover you with feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. Okay, now, Ocean has told me that April, who unalived Blossom, worked for the publicist. In December of this year, the Lyrian, who has been confronted by the angels or has some form of connection with the angels and DNA, and who is a super soldier, will either hear a very sad story or tell a very sad story. But something happens for the Lyrian in December that refers to the angels and DNA. Ah, okay. On the full moon, which is coming up in November 5th, November 5th will be the next full moon. Now, I'm just telling you these because these people we fight against do ritual at the moon segments, okay? New Porter has been watching, and this is somebody, probably one of the Dragonstar 5 people. Ghost detectives watch things and make assessments. There is a hitman. A hit will happen to the person they call Orange Fruit. My angels call a masculine, divine masculine, is going to be attacked on the full moon. And you have they call you this because your testicles have red hair on them. So if you're a divine masculine with red hair on your balls, and you know this is for you, there's a spiritual hit going to happen on the full moon. Now, in Georgia, there's listeners in Georgia listening to stuff said. What was said, what wasn't said. Why did you fire her for saying that? There's nobody there when she says that. Did you really hear that? Or what did she say? I don't know. This is about something going on in Georgia and has to do with listening. Now, we joke, Victor, who's actually somebody else, when we call there's so many people have played the role of Victor in the Dreamtime, okay? So that's what this is about. And to Mr. Ben Stiller, my daughter is a big fan of you, so she made the Ben. It's Ben, but not that Ben card, and she kind of made it look like you from Zoolander. Anyway, the Ben, who's not the Ben, his own magic went awry, and Sergeant Michael of the Silly Shoes, the fake Ben, is going to get 5 years and put in prison. Yay! Somebody says yay on that one. Okay. Now there's an empress out there. I think I know who this might pertain to, but I'm not really sure. An empress who wants to be free. Free me from what doesn't want me. They're telling you to go bask. Go bask in some starlight. And you will have memory input. Memory input that will help you be free from what doesn't want me. Okay? So when you bask, you'll get memory input. And then they say to bask again. And that's all the messages I have today. Wasn't that fun that they had to mess with me the second and the third? No, this is third time. They had to mess with me second time. Anyway, hopefully it comes out today. Remember, I think you all are amazing, and I absolutely do love you. Remember, stay out of other people's business. You elites out there don't have as much power as you think you do. You're going to find that out real soon. And the more you keep doing it, the worse it's going to get for you. Please take the bit of advice. I know you don't like me. That's fine. I'm not asking you to like me. I don't ask you to watch my channel. I don't watch your channels. I used to, some of you. Sapphire, I don't watch Sapphire's channel or the baseballer. I don't care about you people. You're from another planet in a way. And to NASA, if you've noticed that there's more spaceships out there, that's because it involves the Federation and there's people using Federation technology to do nasty things to people, and God doesn't want it anymore. Your false kingdom is going to come to an end. They want me to show this one more time. There's another kingdom coming, and it has nothing to do with you people. So have a good day. Stay out of other people's business, and stay out of other people's dream time. Because there's people out there you just won't like to meet. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Bye.
Bye.